Yeah. You guys tell me why you're here. What do you want to get out of this class?
have no idea what AI does.
Okay.
So I want to learn I want to know what it does. Like where does it fit?
Cool. Cool.
Better automation. Yeah. Reason I joined KW is a lot of systems.
Yeah.
Just upload clients, get an email list, class it out.
Yeah.
Reminders, things, culture, like how can this be better integrated into
In the business.
the systems?
Yeah.
How can we use it to
Cool.
improve our SOI?
Yeah. It's great. Cool, Rob. What are you hoping to get out of this class?
Well, obviously there's new programs coming out. I use ChatGPT right now.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to get the paid version of it. If, I'd like to get some feedback from people that are using it just to see how much different that is. But I also want to find out, there's new stuff coming in all the time. There's stuff that will create, illustrations.
Yeah.
From AI doing it rather than hiring an illustrator.
Right.
And it actually ends up being much cooler.
Cool.
So.
Hey, Trent. Hey. Yeah. Cool. Ashton, what are your thoughts on AI? What has you interested in coming to this class today? Good. Sweet. Trent, what are your thoughts on AI? What?
Teach us how to make more money.
Yeah, that really is the tools that I've kind of picked out. So this isn't necessarily a class about what AI is. It's really a class about tools that I'm currently using that I find to be very helpful and productive. Okay. So I said this in team meeting and I meant it. I'm only demonstrating tools that I truly do believe that if utilized properly can increase your productivity, increase your effectiveness, and also just help you have a bigger and better business, right? Now, by no means am I an expert in all things AI. I just happen to use a handful of tools that I think is super valuable. And that's kind of what we'll be diving in today. Just a few tools. I'll demo how you might use them. It's not a one size fits all type of thing. It's really much you can kind of use these tools how you want. But we'll just dive into it. I'll start with this quote right here. Machine intelligence is the last invention humanity will ever need to make, by Nick Bostrom. All right, so ponder that for a second. Now this quote, I'll be honest, I just said quote about AI into an AI generator, and then it gave me this. So that's why I threw that up there, but I just threw that up there.
Nick, really?
He might be, I don't know. It was just the first thing I searched. But I threw this up there because it actually does it. I was jokingly just kind of messing around with like some prompts. And I thought, you know what, that actually is a pretty interesting point, right? What could AI eventually take over and what could it do? Again, this isn't a class about the theory of AI and all that stuff. It's just really more so practical tools. So if you guys are cool with it, I just want to jump into some tools that I'm using in my business and in my life and that you might be able to use as well. Okay, so the most famous kind of AI tool out there, ChatGPT, right? Have you guys messed around with ChatGPT? You guys used it? Okay, super useful platform. Some of the pros of it: content generation, super easy for content creators. Come in here, brainstorm, outline, and I'll demo it here in a second. Creative writing, come up with creative prompts. The other thing too is research assistant when you're doing research things. Okay. Now the cool thing is we're realtors. We're not data analytics or data analysts. We're not, writing these massive articles, right? So we can actually get some of the functions out of ChatGPT just right off the bat, and I think it's pretty cool. The one that I'm actually going to be pairing this with today, so this tool I'll demo. The other one that is so powerful right now, especially if you're doing either social media or you're doing newsletters and or blog posts, is Canva Magic Studio. Okay, so Rob, you said you want some illustrations, right? I'm going to demo how you might use Canva Magic Studio mixed with ChatGPT, okay? So yeah, Hunter. No, it's all in Canva. It's just their Magic Studio. It's a segment within it. So I'm actually going to jump right into so I was kind of we're going to do a case study, okay, of how you might use ChatGPT with this Canva Magic Studio, and you could use them, you don't have to use both of them collectively, but I was just going to demo something here, okay, right? So ChatGPT, OpenAI is the name of the website, but ChatGPT. So I was just kind of brainstorming, right? You could do something as simple as 52 real estate topics that are that people commonly, apologize about my handwriting, my spelling, commonly want to know about. The good thing is ChatGPT doesn't care. 52 real estate topics, right? How many weeks in a year? 52 weeks, right? So I just have 1 week. I have a topic for each week of the year right there, right? Real estate market cycles, tax benefits of owning rental properties, importance of home inspections for buyers, investing in real estate through REITs, how to sell a house quickly, dealing with tenants as a landlord, right? So you get all of these topics right there, right? So it takes out a lot of the guesswork of maybe what you should talk about or what kind of post you should make or what blog post or what newsletter, right? So that's super cool. Now, the one that I'm going to be doing today is like benefits of investing in real estate, right? And I'm going to do write me a blog post about the benefits of investing in real estate, okay? Super cool. I get a title, the description, and then bullet points right here on all the benefits of investing in real estate, okay? Now, obviously, it's not as simple as just copy and paste. You could do that, but I'm not going to recommend that. I would recommend you go in here and curate this content a little bit to both our local market, as well as give your own kind of touch to it. Don't just copy this word for word, but here's some really good points. I mean, you tell me if this is wrong. What are the benefits of investing in real estate? Stability and tangible asset, appreciation, passive income, tax advantages, portfolio diversification, control and flexibility, inflation hedge, legacy building. Like, are those not some of the best benefits of investing in real estate? Okay, so what I might do is then I might go into command and I might make a newsletter on the benefits of investing in real estate, right? Super easily, could just dive right in here, campaigns. Email, go to campaign, email. And this isn't going to be a class necessarily on building out a newsletter, right? But this is simply just showing me what I would use that information for. I would then come in and I could build a newsletter, right? Or if you wanted to, you could also fairly easy in command use ChatGPT, build your blog post. 1 second. So you guys haven't messed around with the new sites. We actually have a class coming up. Kimber's going to be coming down and teaching that one. There's actually the ability for you to make blogs. So what if once a week you made a blog post that was super valuable, right? And you got enough clients that really found value in it that they poured into it, right? And again, that's where I would say curate the content that you put into ChatGPT. Oh, hang on. So it might look something like this, just to show you what the blog might look like. Here. Right. So I don't know if you can see that. And the Canva will partner up with us on the next part. But right here, let's see, that scrolls down just a little bit. Kind of hard trying to make it. Can everyone kind of just see how that looks a little bit? And now we're going to go to Canva and get a nice image right here for this. So one of the quickest benefits right there is being able to give curated content to all of your people. Okay. Any questions on that? Does that make sense? How that might be a pretty good use case for it? Has anyone ever used ChatGPT to send out anything to their clients? Yeah, good. Yeah, yeah. I highly recommend it. Are you guys in here from More Club? Are you sure? Okay, good. All right, sweet. Okay, next one, I'm going to jump over to Canva and just show you how you might use Canva and ChatGPT simultaneously. So Canva recently came out with their Magic Studio. So cool. Hang on. Oh, Canva. You guys aren't in Canva. It's a free platform. tons of, actually I have a little slide on it. Let me show you why I love Canva. Easy to use, versatile, cost effective. So they have a ton of free options, tons, and you can use this without AI. This is like, you can go in and make little graphic posts and things like that. I'm going to be demoing their AI feature in here, but like you can make Instagram stories, you can make, flyers for open houses, all sorts of different marketing things. And it's, all of their great features are free. So if you're not already using Canva, I'd recommend kind of getting used to it, but I'm going to be demoing their Magic Studio here. This is pretty cool too. So if I come in here, create a design, I'm going to do an Instagram story in this case. Okay. Or I could have done a blog post header, right, for that blog. But down here, they actually have their Magic Studio. This is super cool. So I type white brick house with black gutters. In just a matter of a few seconds, I can get AI generated images of a white house with black gutters, right? So super, super, cost effective, right? You don't have to go pay someone to either take photos or generate photos. And now I could use these photos for a social post. So that was 100% AI generated right there. And I'm doing this, I maybe it'd take a little bit more time, but right, I have a post right here. It's completely AI generated. Okay. Go throw that up on my Instagram story and say, do you know the benefits of investing in real estate? Click on my blog post. Or do you know the benefits of investing in real estate? Subscribe to my newsletter, right? And then you push them to your newsletter. You push them to your site, okay? They also have a feature that's pretty cool. Now, it's a little bit, since it is AI, it's not quite as, the images are always really good. You can also do videos though, too. So I did this one earlier, home with money raining down. And this one takes just a little bit longer to generate. Let's let that load. Any questions so far? Yeah, Lucas.
What was that you search like the wide break with?
Yeah, I'll show you that. So down here, so in Canva, if you guys have already used it before, so all of this stuff has always been here in Canva. This is new right here. It's Magic Media. Okay. Once you click on it and you go to images, there's a text box that lets you kind of search in there.
What's the cost of that?
This is free. This is completely free. Well, ChatGPT, there's paid versions of all of these things I'll be showing you today, but I'm primarily highlighting the free versions. So let's see this.
Program.
No, these are all websites. So ChatGPT, if you just look up ChatGPT, it would be the first link. If you look up Canva, it'd be the first link. So super accessible. Okay. I want to let this load and just kind of show you guys. Who here is active on social media? Is anyone pretty active? I know Connor is. Is social media a play for any of you in the room besides Connor? Yeah, I'd like to. Okay. Maybe our old dogs, not so much, but that's okay. Just super, I mean, you can see how this would be very beneficial, right? Just you get a quick graphic that you can go post. And we're just scratching the surface. You could do so many different intricate graphics to then post. Is anyone here doing a blog already? Is anyone doing a blog? Hunter? Cool. Cool. And then is anyone doing newsletters? Yeah. Okay. So this was the AI image that it generated. So this is completely, and this isn't the right aspect ratio right here, but kind of cool, right? I mean, that's completely AI, and right, it's the thing about AI is it's always evolving, and the more details you give it, the better the images and the videos will get. But you can see, like, why would I go pay to have certain graphics or illustrations made for me when I can just come in and get them generated right here? So super convenient in that fact. So what you could also do is you could take this image or this video and you could go throw it up on your blog, on your KW site, or if it's an image, you could go put it on your newsletter, right? So that's one way you might use it. Okay. ChatGPT is super, like I said, just kind of recapping, super useful for when it comes to ideation, coming up with, more information that you need, kind of just brainstorming, and you can talk to it too. Super cool. I also use it. Oh yeah, Trent. I haven't messed around with it in Canva. I know of an app that does called Leonard that I could kind of show you. I, you do have to kind of fine tune them, but yeah, there's apps out there that we can talk about for sure. Okay, I know I kind of just scratched the surface on those two. Any questions on either of those? Again, I use ChatGPT every single week when it comes to coming up with specifically my business Instagram content and also captions, right? Or you could also do summarize. So like I could see all that text right there. I could say, summarize this into smaller bullet points. And now I get that entire blog post, right? Just smaller bite-sized pieces. So super good for just automating a handful of different tasks. Okay, we're going to dive into the next one. So that was the case study on there, how you might use it. This one's really cool. Okay. Now this one called Cider is powered by ChatGPT. This is not one that I have used extensively, but it is one that I use consistently. You could, and all of these tools, you could get into the weeds, but this one's super cool. So I'm going to show you a few reasons that I like it. So one, this is especially useful too if you're on a laptop, right? So if you don't have multiple screens, I typically work, I have another monitor. If you're just on one laptop and you kind of want to go in between different things. So like, let's say you are working on a blog post, right? There's a shortcut that you can do. So I can pull up this Cider here, and it's a Chrome extension too, and it's free. So that way I can quickly toggle between working with ChatGPT and then also, oh, sorry. Hang on. Okay, super useful, especially on a laptop. You can toggle between, this sidebar and then working in on your project, right? Super useful there. The use case that I wanted to show today, though, they have a handful of features. Chat, which is just like normal ChatGPT, where you just have a conversation with the AI. They've got one that can read PDF documents. So here's a use case for you, okay? So let's say you are reading on the Provo City's website about different ordinances, right? Dwelling ordinances. So what you could do is, so this is just Provo site, right? This is just their normal, the city's website. I'm going to download a PDF. And what's super cool is they have this, hang on. Let's load. They have this chat PDF, which lets AI read the PDF for you. So I'm gonna take the PDF I just downloaded, throw it in here. And what this lets you do is engage with the PDF as if it's like almost like it's interactive, right? So I have these questions. What are the qualifications for obtaining a business license for a rental dwelling? Right? So I can click on that and it will summarize the PDF document that I just uploaded. So here's the qualifications in Provo, just like that. So rather than having to read through and sort out those pieces, it just listed them all out for me, okay? So then you can send that to a client, like, hey, here's the exact qualifications for obtaining a business license for a rental dwelling unit. Rather than have to search through the document, highlight all the stuff, copy it, and send it over an email, I've just done that here, right, in just a matter of a few seconds. What are the reasons that for a denial of a rental dwelling business license application? And you could also, if we had more time, we could also ask it questions, right? So you could ask the PDF, you're essentially asking the PDF document questions about itself, and then it's responding and giving you the answers, okay? Can you see how that would be useful, right? Just fairly quickly, just kind of dissect. Yeah, and then you could, exactly, that's a great use case. It's like, oh, and then you can easily make a post about, here's the different, dwelling restrictions for ADUs in different cities throughout Utah, right? So quickly just dissect information, okay? So there's another use case that I think is super, super cool. They have another feature too I won't demo it right now, but they have because I just haven't messed around with it enough, but they actually take a screenshot of like a meal and it says, how do you make this? And it will actually list out step-by-steps on how to make the screen, like whatever it sees in the image. So handful of different things that you could use there. again, do you think that that might be a little bit useful, right? And again, I'm not saying you have to, but you know, mess around with it. See how it might make you a little bit more effective. Okay. Any questions?
Well, it's interesting because what are we doing as agents is we're the experts in the field. And ultimately, you might start getting people bypassing us and going straight to AI. But, right now, AI is still so young that our expertise in proofread whatever we generate and tweak it in a way and arrange it in ways that they normally couldn't do it on their own. So, I mean, that's what we're trying to do is have them coming to us. And we're using this then to create content faster.
Correct. Yeah, I don't think I know that there's a lot of industries that are going to be shaken up by, the continual progression of AI, but I think that our industry is one that is pretty well insulated due to the fact that, where it's a relationship-based industry. Like, I just don't see people being able to transact real estate without the help of other people. However, those people are definitely going to need to leverage tools and systems to make them more effective, more useful. And so that's where some of this plays in. Cool. All right, so that's just another one. That one's free. Again, it's called Cider. You can just have it attached to your Google Chrome.
And you could go back and actually generate that again, and they come up with a different idea.
Yeah, exactly.
You can choose which one you like.
Yeah, so and this is really, this is not an end-all be-all use case. This is more so just, hey, how did I just use it today? I was like, hey, what would be kind of cool? And so I did that one. Okay. All right, another tool that I really enjoyed. This is probably the one that I use the most, and this is not related to content creation or ideation or anything like that. This is actually just time management. Has anyone ever found themselves struggling with time management? Right? Or, hey, how do I get done what I want to get done? And I am by no means perfect at it, but at least I have a really good system for doing it. Okay. So this is one I've actually been using for a year. I do pay for the paid version. It's like $7 a month. It's called Reclaim. They have a free version. This one though, I really like. This is especially useful if you juggle multiple calendars or you have different tasks besides just being a rock star real estate agent. Okay. So I'm going to demo how I use this one. One of the biggest things that I like about this tool is it lets me manage multiple calendars. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have ever gotten onto your calendar. Does anyone here have multiple calendars or multiple emails? I know I do. I've got like 7. So what's sometimes can be frustrating is if you're not very keen at managing your email or managing your calendar, you'll have to turn on multiple calendars and kind of manage stuff that overlap, right? What this tool allows me to do is it actually scans my calendar and makes sure it doesn't book things between my other calendars, right? So it basically meshes them all together. So right now I only have one Google Calendar turned on, but it's actually pulling 3 other calendars to one. So that for me is super useful, right? Because I have different things. I've got personal stuff. I've got my real estate business. I've got my role here at the office. So this lets me kind of manage everything in a very cohesive way. The other thing that I really enjoy it for, and I'll kind of demo this now, is both for habits and tasks. So does anyone, kind of a basic question, but the difference between a task and a habit, what would be the difference there? And why would it be important to differentiate those? Connor? Certainly. Yeah. And I would say a habit is something that you want to make sure you do frequently and almost, in my case, a lot of these are every single day, like, lead generation or lunch or, I have things called KPIs where I, add up my score for the day. I know Trent, you spoke about that yesterday, right? It's like remembering to tally up your score for the day, right? So those are habits. Tasks are, one task that I have on my plate right now is launching our podcast room, okay? That's a task that I want to get done. It's not a habit, right? That's a project. That is something that I need to consistently work at. So what this tool, besides just the calendar syncing, I really like this. I can come in here and I can create habits. What this will do is I can actually, and I'm not going to dive into it too extensively unless you guys ask me to, but basically these are a few habits that like every day I need to do. One, my top priority is lunch. I need to make sure that lunch is on my calendar, right? Another one that I need to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is I need to take down Ignite. okay? It doesn't matter what time I take down Ignite, but I need to make sure that I come grab the laptop, shut down the projectors, okay? What this will do is this, if you look, duration 15 minutes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, ideally from 11:30 to 5. So at any point on my calendar, I'll kind of show you this, how that might look. I'm going to next week. So I'll just go to Wednesday next week. Take down Ignite, right? I have some time right here. It scanned my calendar. It said, perfect. We'll have Hunter take down Ignite right there. If someone, this is a time block for scheduling scholarship calls for our K-Score program. If someone came and booked this scholarship call, guess what it would do? It would kick this to after lunch. And then if I went and booked another meeting, it would actually kick it for down my calendar, right? So this is super good if you just have kind of a handful of different things you want to tackle, but you want to make sure you get them done. That's why I love this tool, okay? So the habits are super awesome. You can prioritize in which order. So like lunch, you'll see in my calendar, lunch will never get moved. I want to eat lunch every day. I want to make sure it's time blocked. I don't want back-to-back meetings. Now, if I go to a task though, which I really like, this is the Westfield Productions. This is our podcast room. So let's say I have a task that I want to do. It could be, go stage a house. It could be, and it can be personal stuff too. I don't know what you guys have going on in your own life, but different just projects you want to tackle. How do I effectively make sure I'm spending the necessary amount of time on it, right? Well, I could do this. Let's do, what's a project? Does anyone have a project they're willing to share? It could be like something around the house, like a paint the garage, or I don't know. Perfect. Downsize family room. Perfect. And let's say we think that it's going to take 5 hours, okay, to downsize the family room. Okay. You could split it up if you wanted to. So you say, hey, in the evenings for an hour, right? So I'm going to split it up and I'm going to say the minimum time I want to spend on it is an hour. The most I'm going to spend on it in 2 hours. I'm going to do it in personal hours, not during my working hours, but during my personal hours. And I really want to get it done. My wife's going to be pissed if I'm not done by Friday next week. Great. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and get that scheduled. So now if I go back to my calendar, I actually now have 2 tasks or two calendar events, downsize family. See how convenient that is? So what you could do is you write down a handful of different projects you want to tackle, throw it in there, and then it will give it to you on your calendar, right, when you should do it. And it does it in real time too. So I have personally really loved this tool for being consistent in my habits, right? So my lead generation, eating lunch at the right time, doing certain things that I need to do throughout the day. But also when I have a project and I know how long it's going to take, and I'm like, man, I got to really put some time into this rather than just throwing it on my calendar. I sit down and I say, how long do I think it's going to take? Or how long do I want to work on it during the day? And then I just let the AI just put it on my calendar, and then I just live out of my calendar. Has anyone ever heard Gary Keller say that if it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist? That's kind of that's why I've kind of leaned into this tool so heavily, because I want to just be super consistent at doing whatever's on my calendar. The other thing I'll say too about using, and this is also maybe just a case for just using a calendar in general. What's really cool about this is once I have it dialed in, and it takes a minute to kind of set these up and learn how to use it. But once it's set up, for me, it's so convenient because I don't have to worry about not getting things done, right? I have my to-do list, or I have the things I want to get done, and I either their habits or their projects, and I organize them accordingly, and I throw them on there. That makes sense? Cool. Cool. Does anyone think that would be at all useful for them? I hope, because I don't want this to just be like, hey, Hunter, just show us what you're using. I want it to be like, how could I use it? Hey, Jared. The paid version. So the other reason that I really like it, because for the paid version, I have scheduling, so people can schedule on my calendar. So there's a popular platform called Calendly, right? I like this because it's cheaper than Calendly a month, and you get all of these calendar features where Calendly is just simply booking. Also, you can only create so many habits in the free version. So I've got like 9 here. I think in the free version, you're limited to how many habits you have. But if you want to just go,
You said on the schedule, you can say only schedule things between
10
and 2 o'clock.
Yeah, for sure. I know Shoney uses it for showings as well. He'll send it to a client and they can like schedule on his calendar when they'd like showings. You could do a handful of different things. Yeah, I use the let's see, where's mine? Scheduling links. So I have a handful of links that I have. I've got a 15-minute phone call, an onboarding, a tech audit, right? And so I can just send these out to people and they can get on my calendar. Super convenient too, because it will just go ahead, like I said, it'll scan your calendar and find out when you're available.
What does it look like when you send it to somebody? Show us what that looks
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, super cool. So this one actually is the one that gets used the most because I manage our onboarding here at the office. So people can look at my calendar and it will scan and find different times. What's really cool is it scans your habits so you can choose your priority. So it's like, if I have a habit to clean, like I said, going back to that, clean up Ignite. For me personally, it doesn't matter what time during the day I clean up Ignite. I just need to make sure I can get it done. So this will be like, okay, I can override the time that Hunter has for Ignite because like we can move it back. So anyway, it keeps your calendar pretty flexible based off of how you structure it. Again, takes a little bit to set up. I'm not going to lie. It does. It takes just a minute to kind of orient your life. Now I have a lot of different hats I wear. I'm sure you guys do too. So can be pretty helpful. Yeah.
This is KW onboarding. Can you send out different schedule things for different topics?
Certainly. Yeah. This one.
Different time periods.
Yeah, certainly. So this one's just that specific link. I could actually send people this whole page. You look, and then they could choose if they want a tech audit, if they want onboarding, if they want a 15-minute phone call.
Can I do a QR code that would pull this up?
Certainly. Yeah. You would just turn this link right here. You just take your top link and turn that into a QR code, and then they could scan it. Yeah. So it could be useful for booking appointments with clients too, if you felt so inclined. I know Shoni has used it at a pretty high level. So
what do you use for QR codes?
Yeah, I'll quickly show you guys that. If you guys ever, I'm a very big fan of just like the quickest, easiest, freest a word, most free QR code generator. I just looked that up. And then the one I've always used is the monkey one. This right here, QR code monkey. So I'll just come in here. I will grab that link.
And that's free.
Yeah, free. So I just throw this in, create QR code, and then watch. And then that QR code takes me to my booking page. There. Cool. You saw how quick I did that, right?
Yeah.
So with Reclaim, maybe I missed it.
Yeah.
Just the Reclaim website. And
Yeah.
you download.
So
Side app.
yeah. So yeah. What's really cool is all of these platforms that I've shown today are literally just go to Google and you can look up Chat GPT. And there it is. First link there, right? Same thing with Reclaim. Reclaim's called Reclaim AI.
You just with the Reclaim, you create an account.
Yeah.
They ask for like your Gmail.
Yeah. So
login.
yeah. Yep. Yeah. And if you guys wanted to if you guys were interested in it all, like setting up any of these or working a little bit further, please come to my office hours. Like take advantage of me. I'm here. I want to work with you. Yeah, this one's really cool though. I'll come to you, Scott. So what I do here is, I come in, I sign into my calendars. So they pull my calendars and they pull it all onto one. So super useful there, Scott.
Just a question, what ChatGPT will do.
Yeah.
If you ask it to make a graph, so let's just say graph me of the home prices over last year, for example, will it show you that?
It won't do images. That does. Yeah, I haven't messed around enough, but if we did.
Could you convert that, like save it and convert it?
I mean, you can take that data and throw it in Excel, make a graph.
Yeah. Lucas, you had a question?
Yeah. On the keyboard.
Yeah. No, this is unlimited. I use this all the time. Yeah, so just QR code monkey. I use this one literally every week. It's super, super easy. There's so many different, like, let me show you right here, right? So here's my KW website where I want people to search for homes. I can just take that link. Now this QR code is going to take people directly to my website, right? Or if you had a listing, you could go find it in your command. So I could go find a listing. So same process. Go find a listing that I really like. I make a social media post, or I make a newsletter, send it out to my people, and I want them to scan a QR code. And now if they scan this, it'll take them to that specific property, right? So at the end of the day, everything that as an agent, everything that you're sending out to your database, everything should hopefully be providing value, but ideally it directs them back to you, right? Typically, I think that a newsletter is kind of, Cam, you could speak to that. Cameron, what did the guy say at Family Reunion? Didn't he say that almost all your content should ideally direct them to a newsletter?
Yeah, call it your blog.
Yeah.
The newsletter is what you actually own. All of the content, you can decide how often they see it. So like Facebook or anything else can decide whether they show it to your people or not. But now you kind of see.
Yeah.
Something to a Facebook page.
Yeah. Perfect. I love that. Does that make sense there? Why that would be a value to have an up and running newsletter or an up and running blog. And that's why that first thing that I showed you using Chat GPT, right? Like I came up with 52 different blog posts that I could write on, right? And then I think for me, like I'm a creative person, but not when it comes to actually putting words on paper, right? So that's why I've loved Chat GPT, right? You come up here, you have these 52 topics, right? Pros and cons of buying a fixer upper. Make a blog post about that. Takes 10, 15 minutes, right? Where previously, if I had to come up with all the ideas and then come up with all of the content, I probably wouldn't have gotten it done, just because it's not something I'm very skilled at, right? So that's how I would use it. Cool. Okay, you guys, those are the tools I have for you today. Is there any questions? Anything that you guys want to address? It can be related to this, be outside of it, but that's what I got for you.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
This kind of mentioned.
Yeah.
Create like a flyer. within that,
Yeah.
drag, drop,
Yeah. So you can, and you don't, and like I didn't show all of Canva. I just showed the AI part of it, but you can just do regular Canva is super good. If I just did like open house flyer. So they have a ton, some of them are paid. You'll see the paid ones, but like right here, this one's free. So I could come in here and I could use this template right here. And all I have to do is drag and drop my photos, put my info, and then it's done. Right. So yeah, Canva is a super powerful tool, not just because of the AI, but just of how easy it is to use for marketing.
What's the advantage of the 4.0?
Oh, Chat GPT 4.0. I can't speak to the difference of the two. I think that yeah, go ask it. What I'm pretty sure is Chat GPT, the original one, it basically takes everything that's been on the internet up to 2019 and has a database. So you want to be cautious of asking it like real-time data. So if I said like, what was the home? Well, let's do, what was the average home price in Utah in 2022? I don't think it will be able to pull that one. Oh, it is. So I don't know, Rob. It's a great question.
And sometimes it lies. It makes things up here. Last counted on it, and you go, oh, I'm sorry. Here.
Yeah, because what it does is Chat GPT specifically, it takes a collection of everything that has been on the internet and basically scans that fairly quickly, and then makes, as effective arguments for it or points are related to that topic. So yeah, you definitely don't just search something, throw it out there. You want to make sure you curate it and review it. But yeah, super useful. Cool.
How much does Candidly cost? Because that's more expensive.
Candidly, I think it's like 10 or 15 bucks a month, whereas Reclaim was only like $8 a month, I think. So that's why I've used it. I've liked it a lot.
Yeah. That's they're up there about that alone.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, thanks for coming, guys. Yeah, thank you.